Hey gang, welcome to the first weekly recap show of the 2020 Mitten Run. I'll hold off from sharing too much of the juicy details of today's little recap before everybody gets logged in, so it takes a minute for everybody to get logged in, so we'll just kind of chit-chat together here for just a few minutes while we get everybody logged in and notified on Facebook. But thanks to all those who have signed up and participated so far. It's been a great success with the event. I've been really pleased with the feedback we've had and with the number of folks who've engaged with the event. So kudos to all of you for, really making the best out of what is kind of, a situation none of us really thought we would be in May of 2020. I imagine a lot of us imagined we would be having sore legs today, the day after the Bayshore Marathon. Not expected to have that event canceled, but understandable as to why they did that. So. Life is just a little bit different right now, and that's all right. We're adapting, we're getting used to new ways of doing things, including doing virtual races. I mean, I'll be honest with you guys, we would have never imagined of hosting a virtual race a year ago or even 6 months ago. But now, that's one of the bigger things that we're starting to do is to transitioning a lot of our endurance evolution races into virtual type races or creating new races like the Mitten Run. So it's been a very interesting time, and like I said before, I'm just stoked to have everybody on board who's been participating in the event so far. So thanks to all you guys. We've got, I believe it's about 180 or so, maybe just a little bit more than that, folks actually signed up for this year's race, and that includes the relay folks and the individual folks. The relay folks won't start for another month, just under a month now. They will start on June 19th, I believe it is, which gives them 70 days to finish the 160 miles to Empire. But the individuals, many of you who are starting to tune in, you guys are already off and running and making your way from Oscoda all the way across to Empire. So it's been great to see the results start flowing in and how the platform that we use on the Mitten.Run is working for everybody, or not working in some cases. There's definitely been a few glitches. This platform is super new. We're some of the first folks to be using this. It was very recently created by the folks at Run Sign Up who power our website and our results platform. So there are a few glitches in it. Sometimes age groups aren't showing up quite right, and there's duplicate columns in the results occasionally. So we've been talking with the folks at Run Sign Up, and they're aware of all these things, and they're just chipping away as fast as they can, which is pretty quick to get some of these things fixed and kind of buttoned up and ironed out. But they've been huge in making this happen really quickly and getting this platform out in the matter of just weeks, which normally might have been a little bit longer. But we've got, like I said, just under 200 folks participating, 180, 190 or so. Just about everybody has entered results, at least one result so far. We've got a couple of folks who haven't entered any results yet, so maybe they're just being sly and not trying to let us know what the results are yet, but just about everybody is entering the results, and it's really neat to see. We'll just get underway now with kind of some of the recap. In this week we had a very interesting participant, one of our first place overall participant right now, Andy Bellinger. He is already 74% of the way through the race, guys and girls. That is 118.34 miles. Andy went out and ran the entire length of the M22 highway over the last couple of days, from Friday, end of day at work, until I think it was just yesterday morning or this morning that he finished up. So Andy's got 118 miles in. And the next closest person is Jennifer Simons from Sutton's Bay. I should know Andy's from Cedar. Jennifer Simons from Sutton's Bay, second place at 63.8 miles. Still not shaggy. Not too bad, and she's been chugging right along. And then third place with 56.99 miles is Patrick Gilbert from White Lake. Everybody there from Michigan rounding out the top three. So Andy's got a pretty big lead right now, but depending on how sore his legs are over the next few days, I don't know, maybe he's going to take a couple of days off and let everybody kind of catch up, or maybe he's got that bug like I do where he keeps thinking, I got to get out there and get my miles in, because if I don't, people are going to take me over in the results. So I know personally it's been really neat and been really motivating to have this, knowing that everybody else is out there racing, or at least logging their miles. So if I decide I'm just going to take the day off and go for a walk with the family, or just stretch today, maybe do yoga, then I think, well, I should at least get a few miles in because everybody's going to get going. So I hope that you guys have been finding this whole race as motivating as it has been for me. So we'll see what Andy does in the next couple of days here, if he's going to recover and relax or if he's going to keep chugging along, making his way towards Empire. So those are your top three: Andy Bellinger, Jennifer Simons, Patrick Gilbert. Our second place female comes in at 6th place overall. That's Heather Ritchie from Gladwin. She's got 49.1 miles done, or 30.7% of the journey towards Empire. And then Susan Townsend from Traverse City is, I believe, our third overall female with 48.92 miles, or 30.6% of the race done. So we've got a lot of folks who are really, a third of the way or more. The top 10 are all just about 30% of the way done. So moving along pretty quickly. Don't worry, everybody else. Like myself, I'm not worried. I'm not trying to finish this in 10 days or 20 days. This is a 100-day time frame that we've all got to finish this. So don't feel like you have to be gunning for the finish line as fast as you can if you don't want to. That's not everybody's goal, and that's totally okay. As I did note just a second ago, there are a few glitches. I know some of the age group results are showing up kind of wonky, where it shows you in one place on one part of the results page, but then maybe in a different place for your age group in another part. I'm aware of that, and we're working with Run Sign Up to make sure that can get fixed. But for right now, all the results, obviously, as we go on and on, are just preliminary. They're constantly changing. So we're working on those glitches. If you do see any glitches, I encourage you to join the Facebook group. First of all, sign up for the Facebook group. If you go to the Mitten.Run, you can find a link to the Facebook group there for the just registered participants for this year's race. Request an invite, and I'll approve you, or one of our other admins will approve you to join, and then you can ask questions there. There's been already a great discussion. People are posting photos, their bib numbers, things like that. It's a really great place to interact and feel more like you're actually running with people, kind of like you would if you were actually doing so. So check out that Facebook page, the Facebook group, if you're not already a member of it, or just shoot us an email to hello@enduranceevolution.com, and either myself or one of our team will get back to you as quickly as they can on that. But if you do see any glitches or weird things out there, go ahead and just let us know about those, so we're aware of it. But let me switch over to the Facebook group now and kind of highlight some of the recaps there that folks have been posting. A lot of folks posting pictures of themselves out running. I see Amy Beltran was running somewhere near Lake Michigan. She says the dunes. I'm going to assume that's the Sleeping Bear Dunes, but I can't quite tell from these photos. So Amy had some great photos of her runs there. Priscilla posted some photos. Looks like a treadmill. Treadmill is totally okay for this as well, as has been noted in previous communications. You can just do this all on the treadmill or partially on the treadmill if that's what works for you. So no worries there. Fran got a run walk in today. I think she's working night shifts for her job currently, so she's working at night and then having to run during the day. So not envious of that, but kudos to you, Fran, for getting out and getting the miles in and continuing to make it happen. What else do we have going here? Yep, Andy Bellinger, who ran a couple of huge runs to get where he's at today. And one other thing I should mention too is, if you haven't noticed, when you click on your name on the main results list, click on your name, you'll see kind of a stat box at the top that shows your main stats, and then it'll show each of your individual runs or walks. And at the very bottom, you'll see either a map or you'll see a button that says see progress with a map or something like that. If you click that, you'll actually see the map of the course route in Michigan and where you are on that route. So it's really cool to see actually where you are on the route, rather than just a bar graph that shows you're 20%, 30%, whatever it is along the way. I'm not sure, but I believe that Run Sign Up is going to come up with a feature eventually where we'll see everybody's dots, or you can tell it what people's dots or little pins you want to see on the map, so you can see who's in the lead and not just your own pin. But the point is that at the very bottom of your individual results page, you can click on that button there that says see my progress on the map, boom, and it'll show where you actually are in the state, depending on what your results are for the current day. So a really cool feature of the platform that we've got going there. Some of you have been posting Strava links and Garmin Connect links on your results. That's really cool. It lets folks kind of check those out and see where you actually ran, again, to interact and communicate with you a little bit better. I've been kind of hit and miss on it personally. I get it. Sometimes you just want to get those miles in, log them on the platform, and then you got to go do dinner or whatever it might be. So whenever you can, that's cool, but obviously it's not a requirement. We don't have any overall big prizes planned for the event, so this is just an all honor system thing, and so far, we've not seen any evidence of cheating, and hopefully we won't have to call the folks from marathoninvestigations.com to investigate anybody who might be doing what they shouldn't be doing. If you're not familiar with marathoninvestigation.com, look it up. It's this dude who goes after cheaters or suspected cheaters in marathons and running races like that, and looks them up and uses all sorts of cool techniques to catch some folks who have done no good in the races. So don't let that be you. What else? If you've got any questions, I know there's only a couple folks on right now, go ahead and post those up here, or if not, you can post them up on the Facebook page for the Mitten Run, or like I said, the Facebook group is a great place. It's really been active so far, and I encourage you to get on there if you haven't. To get on there, you'll find a link on the mitten.run to that Facebook page. Request an invite, you'll get admitted by an admin. And again, remember, this is only just for registered participants of this year's race. So other folks who maybe aren't in the race won't be allowed into that group. It's just for folks like you who are participating in the event. So kudos to everybody for a great short first week. Right now, the plan is that I want to do something like this, usually roughly every week. For the recap, we're going to get a little bit more creative with our live cast, if you will, as we go on. Today was pretty simple. It was a short week. I know today's a holiday. When I planned this date a couple of days ago, I totally didn't even think that today was Memorial Day. I myself have to get off and finish dinner up with the fam here in just a minute, but hopefully it'll be a decent time, or if not a good time, we'll talk with the group and figure out what is a good time. But we'll be doing this on a semi-regular basis, if not every week, pretty close to every week. Like I said, getting a little bit more creative, maybe having some of you on as guests to the show to kind of hear how your experience has been in the previous week at the Mitten Run. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. Have another great week of running this week. Stay safe, stay apart from everybody, and we'll see you at the next time. Take care, everybody.